most honored to be stepping in as a guest teacher for the Daughters of the Milky Way Priestess Training. And I wanted to give a bit of an overview about what my offering and body of work is in this beautiful constellation of sacred community that's forming around Liv and Natalie's work. So many know me as a midwife of rebirth, is that I hold a space and provide an energetic blueprint and essence that ignites death, rebirth moment, the impulse. And so the teaching that I'm sharing is called the Wombing Sanctuary, and it is a body of work that's been building for close to 25 years through both my personal and professional life and practice. And it began from preparing for a water birth with my second pregnancy and remembering like that kind of ancient, tangible, somatic remembrance of watching a documentary in my previous son, first son's birth, with women birthing in the Black Sea, and that had had such a profound impact on me. So I would go into the bath with my children when they were babes, and I would just hold them, and these chants, would awaken through me. Various positionings of my hands would just be intuitively guided, and I would begin, just this process of what eventually became known as the Wombing Sanctuary. And so on it went into working one-on-one with women, and then into groups, and then on land, online, and even in the sea, in the water. So the work has really come full circle. Cornerstone of this is this repatterning, especially for the female body, around how is it that we hold while also allowing ourselves to be held. How will we, break apart the old constructs of giving and receiving so that we have a completely new and vital relationship and understanding that our giving is receiving and our receiving is giving. And then there's a whole cosmology around the nest or the pod that's created by one woman being at center and a group of women sacredly forming around her in a geometry that, came in and through me. And what happens in that incredible non-verbal dialogue and connection when we trust the woman at center and her body and her being literally emanating from her soul essence, and we are guided by that. This really amplifies the deep sacred work of sisterhood and what the ancient rituals used to be of sister to sister, and when sisters would come and literally be tended and cared for and rebirthed, which is what the Wombing Sanctuary is. It's a rebirth for each woman, not just the woman at center, though she goes through a really personal, intimate, and profound experience, but also the women holding space for that, and the level of a new evolutionary conversation that happens through our bodies, our hands, our hearts, our souls, and our deep communion from our psyches. So I'm really honored to be bringing this body of work into Daughters of the Milky Way Priestess Training, which is starting this November 2025. So October is the gorgeous final month to say yes and make a commitment for this precious community that will be going on a journey for 9 months into and through many sacred portals of initiation. If you feel called, do reach out to Daughters of the Milky Way, to Natalie and Liv, to explore more and your sacred intuition. Om Shanti.